Welcome back to another video in our target market series, but this is where we're going to dig in just a little bit more into something much more important, and that is validating your idea. Now, how are we going to validate your idea? Are we going to do product demos? Are we going to figure something out? It comes down to one simple thing. Do people buy it or not? That's how you're going to validate. The market will become your teacher. Right? I feel like I'm trying to quote a movie script right here, but essentially the market will teach you yes or no. So go ask somebody to buy. If it's a really big product or service, ask them to buy the first part of the service and then start building it as you go. Asking people to buy and put real dollars in place with real contracts is the only way you will actually validate an idea. People will try and go with a proxy because it feels better or it's less painful or they're afraid to ask. So they might do, hey, we got 20,000 email signups. We're gonna count that as 10,000 new customers or something anywhere remotely like that. But at the end of the day, those aren't customers. Unless you're doing some type of free service or product where the customers are really your product that you're selling, that's not going to work, right? They either have to say yes or no. Now, if you have a freemium model, having active users is great. It shows a whole bunch of information, data, but if they aren't actually paying you dollars, it's not working. That's it. This is the whole thing about validating your idea. Ask somebody to buy. They will start coming up with objections. They will come up with use cases. They'll ask questions. You have to validate on an outbound basis. So this is where sales, outbound calls, outreach all come in really handy because you have to go to the market with something new. Whether it's a new company, even in the same industry. You could be a plumber who left your company, started your own plumbing company. You still have to reach out. Whether you're going to bid on a project or anything, it's on you to go out and do the action. You're pushing into the market. You're not trying to pull the market to you. Now, once you've established your product and you've validated it, then pulling people to you makes tons of sense. And you want to be doing both push and pull. 100% on both sides, right? You want to be doing both. However, for validation, you have to ask someone to buy. You have to ask them to sign a contract, something that is actual money and actual cash. Anything less than that is not true validation. It is a proxy. And proxies will only get you so far because at some point that proxy has to turn into a real transaction. So if you're not asking someone to buy whatever that product or service is, it will not be 100% validated. It's the only way to do it. Now, if you have to make an MVP, get some bare minimum, you want to validate it as early and as fast as you can because you might be making one feature over here and nobody cares and they want this feature over here. How are you going to know that? Why would you spend years building a product and you haven't validated someone will give you cash for it? You can pre-fund things, you can crowdfund, you can do all these things to try and get there, but if they don't buy, it's not real. And we're really here about getting the sale, getting you to the next step, the next level. So ask somebody to buy, and then you rinse and repeat that one thing over and over and over. And by the time you've got dozens or hundreds or thousands of clients and customers, you have real information, real resources, real revenue, and that is what we're here for.